Hey, this is Ralph. What's up? Just letting y'all know I'm still looking for an investor, and I really, really need to find an investor. I can't do it on my own. I won't be able to. I need to get it started, like right now. And I'm trying so hard to find an investor, and it's just a pain. If I could find an investor, I could be able to pay off all my loans and stuff, and I won't have to worry about it no more. It ain't probably somewhere between 15 to 25,000 to pay all my stuff off. And that way I can focus purely on Donnie All Jump, and I won't have to worry about anything. It's just I'm, I sent 35 pitches to 35 pitches to investors. 35 investors, 36 if you count uh, uh, Shark Tank, which is I found out is really really hard to get on. If I got on there, it'd be a miracle. I'm trying to watch my cussing, but we were getting our grandson, and I really don't want to think of the fact of having to work two jobs to be able to take care of him and us, which is what I would do anyway. So that way, make sure that we have the money for him and money for us, and be able to do whatever. If he wants something, we can be able to get it for him, stuff like that. But it's a Saturday. It was the day after the last day of school, and we just got done. I got a week off for driving. I'm supposed to be getting my uh, route description for summer school, because we both drive school bus, the wife and I. And, people that know me know that. So, but yeah, I'm smoking. You know, I've been smoking since I was 6. Not bragging. But I just ain't got the gumption to quit yet. But if I could find an investor, that'd be really cool. Because I know without a doubt, within 2 years, if I can get it started right now, within 2 years, I'd be a millionaire. No doubt. Because once I get it started, I'm going to get it going. I'm going to take off with it. And what I was thinking about doing was start out with a little bit of product, to see how it works. Take it to shows, stuff like that. Get it out there and do pre-orders so that way, I can find out. And I design my uh, adapter that goes into the cables a different way, and it's actually easier, and it saves a whole lot of headache, and it would actually be pretty easy to put together, which I'm gonna have to talk to somebody about that one, which would be really easy to do. And I got a tool that I designed to put it together. It's really cool, but I'm proud of it. you know well, let's put it this way. With the cable, say this is the cable, right? Well, let me set you down so I can show you. Okay, say like, okay, this is the cable. We'll use the broom as an example. Okay, that's the cable, right? What you do is on the end of the adapter, it's round, and where you can be able to screw into it, it's not this big. It's kind of like that size right there, maybe a little smaller. Right here, a little smaller, probably, most likely. Anyways, what you do is you take the piece, it's kind of flanged out, like this. Let me use this. Yeah, I roll my own cigarettes. It's kind of flanged out like that. And what you do is you take the piece, and the tool that I designed, you put the thing in, you drop it down in, okay? But that's what I have in mind. You take the cable, and you can strip it if you want. You don't have to, but actually you don't have to strip it. You just cut it flush and just leave the stuff on it, because what it is, I have it to where it closes like this. Like the when you put two cables together, and it's got this thing, say like you put two cables together, and it's got this thing that goes on one side and then comes on the other, and it's got a little tab in it, and you squeeze it together, and it cuts through it and puts it together, and that way it gets connection. Mine, I thought of this way. Instead of being like this, it'll be like this. You know, because that way when you have this right here, it's got the tabs sticking out like this. One on this side, one on this side. And they touch the cable, and then when you squeeze it together, they go through together, so, you know, side by side. And the reason why I say that is, let me show you. The way they do is, you know, here's the cable, and then what they do is, when they touch, you know, say, think of them as being flat. And then what they do is, they're right next to each other, and then they slide into each other, and but they don't go all the way through. They just stop at a certain point. Okay, they're made a certain length to be able to stop at a certain point. And then what you do is you got a tab. You know, one part is around the thing, you know, like that, and the other part has a tab sticking out. And then what you do is you push the handle down, and it pushes the whole piece down with the cable, and it brings the tabs around and wraps them around the thing, and that way it holds the cable. See when you go to, when you put it on there and you push it through and clamp it down, it'll, you know, it won't move. You know, you'll be pulling with it, you know. And that's the new idea that I thought of, and it would actually be easier because all I have to do is screw the head on to the cable, and it would still get the same conductivity and still get that connection, and I won't have to worry about trying to figure out how to, you know, get it. I did have one to where you put the thing in there and you twist it one way, and then it, you know, it goes in there and it draws it in. Well, you do it this way, one way, and it cuts the plastic, you know, like that, down to a certain point, and when it stops, you're done. But you bring it back the other way, and what it does, you know, you screw to one side, you bring it back the other way, and it draws the, you know, it draws it in, you know, like this. It draws it together, and then that way, and then when you stop, when it stops, you know, you're twisting. Then this was the idea I had. When you stop the twisting, you just a little bit more, and it pops, and then, you know, you can be able to twist the thing like that either way, 360 degrees either way. And that's the idea I had with that. But the new idea is would probably be a lot more easier to make. Only thing is I have to get a, I might get a, that's an idea, I'll make covers for it, put it on there with the metal, and then make a plastic cover that slides over the top of it, and when you put it in, it has a little tab piece on the back of it, you know, so like on the back of it had a little tab piece on the inside, and then when you push it onto the, push the plastic piece onto the metal, what it does, it goes to the end of it and then wraps around it, and it stays there and it won't come off, so that way it stays in place. That would probably be cheaper too, you know, cheaper than trying to build the two things and, you know, get it to do like this and everything, you know. And you still got to spin, and it will still go in there because the way I made the connectors is kind of like three pieces. The middle piece is stationary, the two sides turn, so that way you could twist it on and twist it off, and the heads, you know, you just turn them and twist them on, and then that way you can do what you got to do. And eventually I can make it to where the adapter, you know, the end of it swivels, so that way you can be able to turn it. But for right now, that would work. And you still get a complete connection, which is what I wanted to do. But I'm trying to find an investor, and I need one bad. I need an investor. I cannot pay for it myself. There's no way that's going to happen. I don't make enough to do anything like that. You know, with the bills I got to pay and everything. And that's one reason why I want to get rid of the bills. And then what I was planning on doing, or what I'm planning on doing, is if I can get the money, you know, if I can get 100,000, that would help. You know, that would help me get a good start. You know, that's all I need. And if I could find an investor, that would be cool. But if I could get a loan for 100,000 to be able to do what I got to do, that would be even better because I wouldn't have to worry. I would have 100%, you know, of the thing, but I would be able to do what I can still do what I got to do. But I got to have 100,000. You know, there's no way around it. I can't do it myself. I want to go to Shark Tank and see if I could get them to help me. You know, and let them know, you know, hey, this is a starter project, and I don't have any revenue because it's a startup. You know, I need somebody to help me. I can't do it myself. I need your help. You know, I need you to help me. And I'm gonna make you a rich man or a woman or both. You know, either or. Whoever. They're gonna be rich. They're gonna have money that they didn't even think of, you know. And plus, if you want to exit, you know, what they call exit, you know, to getting out of it, I guess you pay so much for so amount of time, and then the exit would be whatever they put in, that's what you pay them back. You know, I would make them a full-time partner, permanent, you know, a permanent partner. You know, I'd be happy to do that because they're helping me get my product out. And once I get it out, you know, the sooner I can get it out, the better. You know, before everything changes and I won't be able to get it out. Because I know, see, my clamps, it's not exactly clamps. It's more or less an insert. And you could actually leave them on your vehicle if you want. But, you know, given how they work and everything, you know, I wouldn't do that because they might mess up, you know. And they might pop off and you lose them. And then you have to go buy more because I was going to sell it like a set, or, you know, and sell it separate, or sell it like a basic set, you know, and stuff like that. But I know within 3 to 6 months, excuse me, hold on, for that. Within 6 months, I could make 100,000 a month if I do it right. You know what I plan on doing. You know, here's my advertising part that I've never told anybody. I plan to, you know, once I get the money I need, there's this thing called Blip, and it's billboards across America. So I could put a certain amount of cash into it, and they do commercial, you know, well, they put the ad up on the board, and I would have it nationwide. You know, start in the U.S. first. I plan to make it national. And plus I could be able to pay for patents and stuff like that, you know, like I want. You know, patent pending or provisional patent just ain't good enough. I want better patents. But I want the full patents. That way I can go overseas and sell it there. You know, I can ship it to anybody. I can actually have a company overseas and they could make it for me, stuff like that, and sell it there. Because the way I designed it, any 12-volt battery can charge any 12-volt battery. Say like if you have a 10-volt battery, you can charge a 10-volt battery, as long as the connections are right. And whatever connections that aren't there, you know, yeah, it would be good. But you know, I designed it to where, mainly because of people with severe arthritis like my mom, she can't squeeze the thing, so I thought of that one. You know, I did have another design where it had cables and everything, but you still had to squeeze it. I was trying to figure out a way to get out of the squeezing. And today is Saturday, June 8th, 2019. So if anybody says anything, yes, it was my idea. I thought of it. And that way, in case anybody tries to steal my idea, I got proof. But, yeah, and I'll show you. Hold on. See? June 8th, 2019. And I'm doing the videos, that way people can hear about it. And I'm telling you things about it. And I'm going to probably make this public. That way I can put it on Facebook. Now I ain't got to worry about it. But, maybe not. I might just put the link to it. But I need to get it going. I need an investor for 100,000 at least. You know, if that could be a good start, you know, that'd be cool. If you want to make it a one-time deal, you know, I wouldn't mind giving the investor 35% of the company. I don't mind. You know, if you want some say in the company, you know, if you put 250,000, I'll let you have some say. But you have to remember, it is my company, and I have to run it the way I need to get it going. You know, you give me your input, you know, what you think, you know, this, that, and other. But as far as getting the advertising and everything, I got it all figured out. I got everything set up. You know, the only two things I don't have is a prototype and the bank account. You know, I have to fix that part, you know, because all kinds of stuff happened. I found something out that I didn't know about when I went to do a banking account. So I got to fix that stuff before I can do this, you know, the bank account thing. But I'm using my personal account for right now, and then whatever money I make from Donnie All Jump will go into my savings, because I have a savings and a checking at the same bank. I take the money from the checking and put it into savings, so that way when I get everything straightened out, I just put the money into the other account, you know, take it out of savings, put it into the other account, and that way I can be able, you know, I'm looking at the picture thing, so that way I see what I'm doing. But I take the money, put it into the savings account, into the business account, and then have the business account, you know, have it, I have to work that part out with the bank and everything, you know, make it to where I switch it from my personal checking to the business checking, and that way it's all straightened out, and I've got all the money going to the business and my personal one separate, and I'll give myself a paycheck, you know, because I've heard Shark Tank, you know, they do have some good things that, you know, I got ideas from, you know, like giving myself a paycheck. I didn't think about that, you know. Right now, starting out, $500 a week, $2,000 a month, which is about what I'm making now. So, well, a little bit more than what I'm making now, but the more money I make, the more paycheck I'll get. So, give myself a paycheck, but I still have the business and get it going, and I do the taxes and everything. I'll be taxed like everybody else. You know, I won't get $500 and that's it. It will be taxed. You know. Or make it a certain amount, that way I can still get 500. I'll work that out. You know. And whatever's, or I give myself a certain amount of paycheck. What I do is this, that, and other. Anyways, the thing about the Donnie All Jump, I have to get it going. I cannot do it myself. Period. Flat out. There's no way that's going to happen. I need help. I need an investor to believe in my product and to help me with what I got to do and get it going. I have to do it starting right now. Well, actually yesterday. I need to get it going. I don't have time for games. I need an investor or a loan to get Donnie All Jump into market and start selling it. You know, I've got the idea, everything's ready. I've got somebody to make a better prototype, you know, make it prototype better for me, make it look better, and they also do manufacturing, which I have at first maybe, but then I'll have to work on, you know, finding somebody that's cheaper if I have to, because if they're expensive, you know, I'm gonna go with the cheapest person. You know, if I have to put it overseas in China right now to get it made and everything, I don't care. I just want to get it done, and I want to get the product going. And within 3 months, I know I could make over 100,000. I know, because I got people ready to buy it. You know, I'm trying to get feedback for it and everything, but nobody wants to respond to it. You know, on Facebook it's kind of hard to, because the only thing they care about is causes, which is cool. You know, it's good. But I'm trying to get feedback of my product to find out what people think about it and if they would buy it. I need to know. You know, and I need an investor, like right now. I don't have time for games and waiting on people. If you want to make some serious, if you're an investor and you're watching this, if you want to make some serious money, take a look at it, please. Just take a look. You know, if you're into manufacturing and hardware stuff, you know, hardware, you know, not software, internet stuff, you know, it's not a service. Well, it's kind of like a service, but for the self, you know, it's more independence for people. If you really want to look at it, just contact me. You know, beachcar@yahoo.com, BEACHCARR@yahoo.com, and you can call me. I don't care. Anybody can call me. 843 908-9631. But first, text me to let me know, because I don't answer my phone to numbers I don't know. Especially lately, because I had a bunch of ads and everybody, people wanting me to buy this and buy that. I just got tired of answering the phone because it was always crap. But if you're a serious investor, send me a text or an email. I don't mind. Let me know that you're interested, because I'm very serious. 100,000 is all I need to get started. I'm being straight up honest. It's not going to be used to buy personal stuff and everything. I'm going to use it, a little bit of it, to pay my bills off, so that way I have everything took care of. I ain't got to worry about nothing, and I can fully focus on Donnie All Jump. That's how I am. That's how I want to do. I can quit my job and focus on it. Or I can still drive school bus and do that part-time, and I can have people working with me, whatever, but still, if you're an investor or you're somebody that's interested, and also if I can find somebody with a credit score of 680 or higher, I'd be able to get the money I need. And I would give you 15% for 3 to 5 years, unless, and then after that 3 to 5 years, if you want to continue being a partner, I will continue, I'm sorry, it was 25%. I'm sorry, 25% for 3 to 5 years. And if you want to continue being a partner and be, permanent, it'll drop down to 15%. Because you won't have an exit or nothing, and you'll just be continued partner. We can write a contract for that too, and you get 15% of all the profit. Everything sold, you get 15%. And I really need to get this going. I'm tired of waiting. I'm tired of playing around with people. I sent 30, like I said before, I sent 35 things out, and I've only heard back from 2. It's right, I hadn't even heard back from Shark Tank, so apparently I didn't get in. Because apparently the second phase is where you have to make a video, a 5-minute video, and I didn't get no response. So one of these days I'll go to the casting call, and then I want to see what they think of it, blah blah blah. But right now I need to get going. I'm tired of waiting. But let me finish this video, or stop the video, and do what I gotta do. And I'm trying to straighten up the room for my grandson so we can get custody of him. But that's another story. But I'm going to do, once I get everything cleared out, I'm going to start doing a video of, straightening the room out. I might do one right now, because that way people see it. Anyways, let me go, and hopefully I'll hear something from somebody. I hope. But y'all have a good day. Later.